guy's done well, but come on, he should never be put into that situation. But other than that, and that's something that I think that they've got to look at for me, like, because it was a big worry, because I think we played so well yesterday, and if we'd have lost that 2-1, we'd be sitting here very, very differently to the score, because we did really, really well and ended up losing the game. And more importantly, Jordan would have picked up 3 points, but that's another story, like. But that for me was a bit of a worry. But other than that, I'm going to say this now. I didn't really notice that too much until getting home and watching the highlights last night, because I felt that I had to do my job because we was on this morning. But yeah, all in all, though, I thought we was brilliant. That first 20 minutes again, it was deja vu, wasn't it? Like, and just when I'm going to have to keep my mouth shut, I turned around to Junior. I said to him, like, we could win this 3 or 4 the way we're playing. I really did think. And then one mistake, bang. And then I'm thinking, like, but I thought that first 20 minutes, sensational.
100%. Well, while I work out, Jordan's connection is stable.
Sorry, someone's phoning me. Sorry.
Don't worry, I'll give you a couple more minutes because I'm going to head over.
Someone's phone. Can we put that into a point deduction?
Yeah, especially go to Jess anyway, because you don't want to hear what I got to say here. So let's hear some positivity.
Oh. Okay. Yes. Deliver.
Okay, so am I right in saying that Jordan had his prediction was that we were going to lose?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2-1. 2-1.
Oh, well, then how can you be upset? How can you be upset? How can you be upset? You thought we were going to lose? So you should be pleasantly surprised that we got something. That's all I'm saying. I predict we're going to lose and we get a point. I'm happy.
I'll explain, but I'll let you.
Listen. Look, I went into that game feeling like we would not lose, but I wasn't that confident on a win. That's just the truth. I think I'd already kind of counted whatever was going to happen on Zinchenko's side. I already counted that. I was like, okay, that's already a goal. Like, I already know they're going to get us at least once on that side, and they targeted him like they should have. Any good team is going to target that side. Period. And so after that, I thought we were really good. I thought we took our goal well. I don't think Gabriel gets anywhere near enough praise for his performance yesterday or how good he's been this entire season. So I just want to at least put it out there that Gabriel was outrageous. And he had to play on the side with Zinchenko, so he was doing almost like a double job, Did a really good job. At a certain point, Salah was like nullified. He didn't do anything. So I thought he was fantastic. Defensively, that 3 of Declan Rice, Saliba, and Gabriel kept us in that game, kept us, in it, and have also been probably our best players this season consistently. So I'm not surprised that they went to Anfield and just did the business, Our main issue this whole season, for me, especially in these last 5 games, has been, we've been talking about this, like, every single game. We don't finish our chances. We get opportunities. We don't make the right decisions. We don't finish our chances. And I can't help but think back to that one chance that we had where Saka probably should have went down, and then after he should have went down, Martinelli has to put that in the back of the net. He just has to. But how many times have we said that in the last, 6, 8 months, that why aren't we putting these chances away? So same thing kind of like coming back, but I can't ignore the fact that was a really good performance from the team overall. I thought everybody got stuck in. Everybody was up for the fight. I know some people were better than others, but man, there are times that we had gone to Anfield and we just knew it was a certain loss. We were never going to get anything. We're not getting out of there with anything. And I pulled up Man City's last 5 results at Anfield just to see if I'm tripping or not. They lost 3 out of their last 5 and they got a draw and a win. It's not an easy place to go for anybody. So to get out of there with a point, I'm happy, but I do still have in the back of my mind, do we have the players that are going to finish the chances when we really need them to? Or do we just have to go out and get somebody? Because I'm starting to really question it. How many times are we going to go in these big games and not finish those chances?
Yeah.
I just want to pick up on that, a couple of things. I'm not having a go at Jess there, I think you have to bring Zinchenko into that. I think that, he had a couple of bad things and everything like that, but you know, he done all right on Salah, and this is what it really annoys me a little bit. Like, you know, and I said it yesterday, I'll say it again. Salah is one hell of a footballer, and when he is going to beat players, he is going to beat players. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, I think if you're going to criticise Zinchenko, it's more about giving the ball away than he's defending. Yes, he got done with the one against the goal, but where was Gabriel? Where was our holding midfielder to cover that position? Every time Saka got the ball, yeah, that Endo come over and doubled up on that. We didn't double up on him, like, you know. You cannot go to a game like that and let Mo Salah just have all the space of Anfield at times. But I think at the end of the day, we kept him fairly quiet most of the game, like. So I think Zinchenko needs a little bit of praise for that. I know that some of the things that he did yesterday, like he give the ball away, but there were times when he took the gamble and put us on the front foot. And
some of the mistakes he made didn't cost. You're only saying that because it didn't cost us. I mean, he made at least 3 errors there.
Yeah, but that's trying to play Turkish, trying to play through. Is that when you 1-0 up, 1-1, do that?
Defenders. I am like I that's the thing. It's like I always take into account that what he gives us going forward usually outweighs the mistakes that he makes going the other way. I always take that into account. But there are just some times where I'm like, could you not try to do like a Cruyff pitch and get it taken off your toe? Like those are things that I just cannot. I can't understand. You know. And he's 26, 27 now. He ain't changing.
But Jess, he's at the point of, and I agree with exactly what you're saying here, but he continued to do it all game. So is he being told to be doing that, like, you know what I mean, at the end of it, like, you know, I'm not having to go at him or Arteta, like, because there were times that there was one when he went for, put it, if they actually got it, they're running at that goal, and it turned into be a one where we got a shot across the goal in the second half. It is risky football. I do think that, and I'm with you. There are times, just clear your lines. But I don't think he's going to change. And to his credit, as bad as he's done it on a few occasions, he continues to keep doing it. So he's got a lot of confidence in himself. But I'm with you on that, like, you know, we could have got punished on 3 or 4 occasions, and we have done in the past with things like that.
Well, let's be real too. Like Timber and Tommy, if they had been fit, he wouldn't be out there. And so for me, I always have that in my mind taking it from there. So.
And it wasn't only him. Listen, I've come to terms. I think he's an awful defender. What he brings to us in the attacking sense, it's a credit. In the first 8 months when he joined the club, I think, you know, he opened our eyes to what that position can become, because we was heavily behind Tierney, who's a traditional left back. After the first 8 months, I think that's when some of his things, you know, his deficiencies started getting exposed a little bit, culminating in that Liverpool moment and whatnot towards the end of the season. This season so far, I think his liability has outweighed the attacking contribution he brings. But he's still a good player. It's just that I'm with Jess. I mean, Timber and Tomiyasu to be out injured when really both are probably going to start this game ahead of him. It is quite unfortunate. I can't really look at anyone else.
Turkish, 100%. But I also think you have to take into account that right side with Trent and is very, very good. It's probably their best part of their game. Like, I didn't really think that they caused us that many problems anywhere else on the park. Diaz was very, very quiet. Capo was very, very quiet. But them two there are very, very good. And I agree with you two. If Tomiyasu's fit, he plays, yeah. And I'll tell you, if Tomiyasu's fit, they don't score that goal because he gets his head on it, like, you know what I mean? Like, if you have a look at Arsenal this year, over the last few years, Ben White and Tomiyasu, whoever it is at that, don't get exposed with that long diagonal ball. And I'm 100% sure if Tomiyasu is playing, because they target that long sort of diagonal ball quite a lot. And Tomiyasu gets the header on that, like, you know, being a bit taller as well, like, you know, so.
Let's hear it, Jordan. What's brewing in your mind?
Right. So apparently it is down to me to play the role of Grinch on the podcast today. I've actually been really positive on the podcast the past 4 or 5 episodes. Oh my God, you're not going to finish second again. You're not just being so nice. It's pissing me off. Oh my God. All right. To first of all, Jess's point, she rightly says, if you predict a defeat and you get a draw, that's a nice surprise. I did say when I said I predicted a defeat, I was only predicting a defeat because it's been so long since we've won at Anfield. I just can't, until it happens, I find it hard to believe it can happen. Even when we play well at Anfield, that's twice in a row now, we still can't win. So I find it very hard to predict anything other than a loss, at best a draw. Hence why I thought, well, 9 times out of 10 we lose at Anfield. So that's why I went for a defeat. But all the other metrics made me think we should be getting at least a draw. Let's start with Zinchenko. Oh my God. The defending for Zinchenko on that goal is so bad. And everybody keeps trying to justify the goal by saying, but Salah's world class, does that to everybody. First of all, no, he doesn't, although he is world class. And second of all, I've just done a radio show. I mean, he's discussed this game from last night. Some Arsenal fans just called in and said, oh, the Zinchenko issue we have is a little bit like what Liverpool had with Trent. Defensively, a bit suspect, but offensively good. I had to lock him off. I had to lock off the caller. I'm like, bro, are you smoking bush? What are you talking about? For every single goal that Trent let in, he was getting 3 assists, you madman. He was scoring 5 goals a season, you idiot. Don't ever try and compare the Trent dilemma with Zinchenko. And as you said, Turkish, Zinchenko last season, I actually think his positives did outweigh his negatives. We've always known, even at City, he wasn't a brilliant defender. We've all known that. This year, he's making at least 2 errors a game, and now they're costing goals. That defending for the Salah goal, guys, it's embarrassing. You would know Salah likes to cut inside. Cool. Salah's good enough that he can do you on the outside. He can also go outside and do you. Cool. Now, what does your brain say? What's the higher chance of conceding a goal? Letting Salah cut inside or letting Salah cut outside and then go beat you and then cut it back? Send him on his right foot. And if he cuts it back and they score, what can you do? So for me, it's brain dead from Zinchenko. You quoted his age. He's not a kid. He's not a kid anymore. And I accept that he's our third choice left back. But come on, man. It's not good enough. Second, because he wasn't even the worst player for me on the pitch. Let me shout about Martinelli. I thought Martinelli was awful. I thought he was awful yesterday. I've been on to Martinelli for about a year now. I've kept the same energy. His decision-making is so poor. It's so bad. I would go as far to say, watch the game back if you get a chance, guys. I would go as far to say, I think every decision he made was the wrong one. When it was time to go outside, he's passing it. When it's time to shoot, he's dribbling. When it's time to stop the ball, he's going on it. Almost everything he did was incorrect. His work rate, I believe, blinds everybody to actually his output. It blinds everybody. I like Martinelli. But the energy that the fan base gives him, I need to see more. I need to see more. I thought he was rubbish yesterday. I thought he was so ineffective. He did nothing. Now, I'll give him a little bit of sympathy on the chance that he missed for the open goal because there were 2 defenders on the line. Hit the target.
Doesn't what you said stretch across the front 3 though? Because Saka and Jesus.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. The issue I have with the front 3 is that individually they're all brilliant football players. But I don't know if you've noticed this, but they don't link up very often. How often do you see Saka looking for Martinelli in the back post or Jesus laying off for Martinelli? I see Odegaard linking up with players. I see Rice linking up with players. I very rarely see Saka and Martinelli doing anything, any kind of link up. I don't see as a threesome them working as a threesome. They just seem to be individual. Cut inside, we might score a goal. Jesus. I said on the last podcast, I needed Jesus to go to Anfield and be the striker that we've not seen at Anfield since Robin van Persie. I'll accept, I thought all 4 centre-backs on the pitch were amazing. I thought all 4 centre-backs were brilliant. So he had a tough time against Van Dijk and Konate. I thought Konate was the best player on the pitch, not Saliba, although Saliba was amazing. But come on, Jesus, you've got to give me something. And I said at the end of last season, I said this to you guys, when you were all telling me that Saka and Martinelli were world class, I said, it's not for me, but fine. If we don't upgrade Jesus in the summer, this was last season what I said, Martinelli and Saka will have to get minimum 15 goals. Minimum, I said, for us to be in the mix to win a title again. Martinelli ain't getting 15 goals this season. Saka might